Right, guys, today we'll be looking at B-52 Stargazer Pastry Stout. So, as you can see, this is their stout brewed with cacao nibs, cacao powder, Dutch cocoa powder, Madagascar vanilla beans, and milk sugar. Comes in at 9% ABV. So this one just came out over the weekend, back on Friday. It's Saturday, so that was yesterday. Excuse me. So, one day old, basically. I had the peanut butter variant on draft. It was pretty good. Didn't get a whole lot of peanut, but was still pretty good. Yeah, stout. So let's check this guy out. Still a little bit cold. Just came out of the fridge, but ooh. So this guy pours out pretty dark. As you can see, it is pretty black. I don't really see any color. Barely just a tinge of brown at the bottom. Nice kind of, it's not quite mocha, but definitely more of a tan, light, kind of brown, dark beige head to it. So, it's pretty good. Let's check out the aroma. So right off the bat, definitely big chocolate. But also pretty good presence of cola, dark fruit, kind of in the way of figs, maybe a hint of kind of a sweet blackberry. Yeah, definitely more of like dried figs, maybe more brown or mission figs. But the cola notes are pretty big, and the dark or the chocolate as well. It's definitely a pretty sweet, kind of a milky chocolate. It reminds me of like a bit more towards chocolate icing or I don't know, maybe like Cocoa Puffs or something. A sweet chocolate cereal type aroma. Check it out. Cheers. Yeah, so that guy is definitely pretty tasty. Chocolate comes out quite a bit more on the flavor. It's like, God, it's almost like chocolate cake. Chocolate icing is there, but then it's a really nice kind of a little bit fudgier. Not like a deep fudge, but a bit sweeter. You still get the cola notes. The kind of the dried or dark fruit is a little less present, I would say, on the flavor. It's definitely a lot more of a kind of a chocolate, baker's cocoa, bit more fudge type characters coming through. The body is incredible. The carbonation, I think, is perfect for 9%. Just a bit of oomph to it to not make it feel too heavy, and not, flat or anything like that. And the body is pretty silky, but also pretty thick as well. Nice and sticky. It drinks, honestly, heavier than 9%, which is really awesome. But it's pretty sweet. It's definitely a sipper for sure. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's cloying. Excuse me, but 16 ounces of this will definitely be a sipper. Yeah, the chocolate aspect is awesome on this guy. As I mentioned before, the big things I'm getting is sort of like chocolate cake with chocolate icing. I mean, it's just so much chocolate character coming out of this. I can't say I'm really getting vanilla on the nose. More so in the taste, but it's not that really intense vanilla that you get as far as, I don't know, the best way to describe it, thinking of like vanilla rye, which I know is not a common beer, but if you've had vanilla rye or fundamental observation. I don't know. Any of those really big vanilla bomb type beers. It's definitely more of like just straight in your face, like vanilla bean. I get more of like a vanilla extract type character of this. It's those vanilla type characters, but it's got more of like this cola type flavor from it. That's more the vanilla that I'm getting here. Similar vanilla as if you had Divine Reserve 18. It's the same kind of vanilla character as that guy. There's some similarities there as that beer, but not quite. I mean, where DR18 had more dark fruit, more kind of a caramel type aspect to it, this is definitely more chocolate. But the base kind of flavors, whatever malt flavors you're getting out of this, really feel somewhat similar because it is still pretty intense on dark fruit character. I wouldn't say caramel, but those kind of quad-like tendencies that I got out of DR18, there's some characteristics here that are similar, but there's just so much chocolate and like milk chocolate to this that is separate, I guess, from that, or different, I suppose. But I'm just relating the kind of vanilla character to DR18. Anyway, this guy is fantastic. We talked about it long enough. Yeah, I think I gave it, I think I went 4.25. I can't remember. I went 4.25 or 4.5 on the peanut butter. Anyway, I'm going to go 4.5 just because there's so many good things going for this. Fantastic body on it. Flavors are awesome. It is a little sweet. So it's definitely a sipper, and I could see where that might be a bit too sweet for some people. But it doesn't really bother me because I'm pretty sure that's what they wanted out of this, being a quote-unquote pastry stout. So anyway, 4.5 on Stargazer. Awesome stuff from B-52, and yeah, definitely be excited to check out some more of their stouts and more of their stuff when they're doing. They've been doing pretty well. These past few releases, been pretty pleased with what they've done. So glad they went back to 16-ounce cans. I hadn't gotten anything 16-ounce cans since Wheeze, the first batch. You know, Crowlers are a little bit too much for me, so awesome to see this again. But anyway, as always, cheers, and I'll catch you guys later.